Someone is planning to rob your house. Here is the name. Archangel Michael says, the darkness that surrounds your home tonight is not just the absence of light, it is a presence, watching, studying, calculating every move you make. Someone you know, someone who has smiled at you before, has a plan, and this plan has already reached the final stage. They have memorized your routine, learned your weaknesses, and made a promise to themselves. Tonight, they'll make their move. The person you're about to find out about is not a stranger. This is someone who has eaten at your table, touched your belongings, and once asked about that locked drawer you never open. They have seen the inside of your world, and they've been quietly planning to steal what does not belong to them. In a room not too far from where you sleep, your name was mentioned in a whisper. It was not a prayer or a compliment, it was a threat disguised as laughter, hidden behind false concern. What they're after is not just your money, not just your valuables, but your sense of peace and safety. It began with a conversation between two people. One of them mentioned you like it was a game. A dare was given, a challenge set. And ever since that moment, things have been shifting behind the scenes without your knowledge. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You felt the chill at night, haven't you? The unexplained unease, the sudden urge to lock your doors twice, even though you always trusted your surroundings before. That wasn't your imagination. Something spiritual has been trying to alert you. There's a reason why your dog growled in the corner, why your lights flickered when there was no storm, why your name was mentioned in the wrong company. That reason now has a face, and that face will be revealed to you before midnight. You must read every word carefully because this is not a warning you can ignore. This individual isn't acting alone. There's a second person, hidden behind the curtains of false friendship. They've joined forces, hoping to take from you something they believe you won't fight for, but they don't know who protects you. The plan was supposed to be simple. Wait until you're distracted, maybe after 11 p.m., then move in quickly through the side entrance they once helped you fix. They believe they know the layout well enough to escape before you even know what happened. Type Amen to get blessing 444. But something changed the moment this message reached you. A divine interception is now taking place. As you read this, celestial forces are shifting, and the trap that was meant for you is reversing onto them. What they didn't count on was the spiritual radar around your home. Your ancestors have been restless in their realm. They've knocked things off your shelves not to scare you, but to get your attention. Someone close to you, a cousin, a neighbor, or even a coworker, has already been warned. You'll remember a conversation recently that didn't sit right. Go back to that moment. Replay it. Their voice cracked, didn't it? Their eyes looked away just before answering your question. This is not paranoia. It's protection. And Archangel Michael has dispatched signs, flashing lights, strange dreams, phone calls at unusual times, all to stop this before it's too late. Type Amen to get blessing 555. There's a woman involved. Her voice is sweet, her touch kind, but her heart is bitter with envy. She envies your peace, your stability, and the quiet joy in your home. She convinced the other person, yes, him, that you had more than you deserved. She knows the layout of your home better than anyone. She once complimented your front window view, but she was actually calculating how easily it could be accessed. She admired your patio light, but she was really testing how bright it was at night. Her name has been written down in spiritual records. Forces that work in silence have seen her actions, even when you haven't. And they have decided, you will not be her victim. Archangel Michael says, divine fire now surrounds your bedroom. The energy is shifting so strongly that someone you know will suddenly cancel plans with you out of nowhere. That's not a coincidence. They're panicking because they sense their plan is being watched. Type Amen to get blessing 666 tomorrow. You'll receive unexpected contact. Either a blocked call, an anonymous message, or a strange visit. They'll pretend it's nothing. But it's everything. It's the moment they try to see if you know. You'll feel it before it happens. That burning in your chest, that slight ringing in your ears. It's your soul alerting your spirit. Don't ignore it this time. Their attempt may look harmless at first, but you'll notice what they're hiding. There's also a bag. A black one. Hidden under a car seat or behind a couch. It contains gloves, duct tape, and an item of yours they took weeks ago to test how long you'd notice it missing. They have been rehearsing this like a play, but what they didn't know is, tonight, someone was praying for you. Not just any prayer, a cry of protection so loud, it awakened Archangel Michael's sword. That sword is now drawn, and your name has been sealed in divine light. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They want to silence you before you expose what you saw. They think you too distracted to remember. But your soul remembers the whisper in your dream, the sudden knock at 3 a.m., and the shadow that didn't match anyone in your house. Your kitchen light flickered last night for a reason. When you looked through the window and saw nothing, it wasn't because no one was there. It's because what stood there could only be seen with spiritual eyes. Check your locks tonight. Not out of fear, but because you now participating in your own defense. What was hidden in shadows is now coming to light. The power that protects you is stronger than the one that's trying to harm you. You'll see a sign in the next few hours. A mirror will crack slightly, a picture frame will fall, or your phone will glitch when showing a certain contact name. When that happens, remember, it's confirmation, not coincidence. Type Amen to get blessing 888. She visited you once, pretending it was just a drop-by, but her eyes were moving faster than her words. She glanced at every drawer, every shelf, every exit. She asked unnecessary questions, but you thought she was just being curious. That day, she took something with her, something small, yet deeply spiritual. That item still holds your energy. It's under her bed, wrapped in a cloth. She believes it gives her power over you. But now, that very thing is burning her hands. She underestimated the sacredness of your space. The man working with her is someone you once helped. You shared your time, your food, maybe even your secrets. He smiled at you like a brother, but his silence in recent days hasn't been empty. It's been loaded with guilt. His name begins with J, or possibly T. He's conflicted, but not enough to stop. Every day he waits, hoping the universe gives him a reason to back out. But that reason has now arrived, your awareness. Type Amen to get blessing 999. He walks with heavy feet, but you haven't seen him lately. That's intentional. He's been avoiding you while checking on you through others. Someone's been asking questions about your work hours, your habits. It's all been fed back to him. The blessing over your home now expands. It's not just your house, it's your car, your belongings, and every path you walk. Heaven has assigned watchers. You'll soon feel sudden warmth around your right shoulder. Don't be alarmed, it's your protection. Tonight, they'll attempt to argue. One of them will say it's too dangerous. The other will insist. They'll disagree, and in their disagreement, a delay will happen, and that delay will save your peace. They are not spiritual, but they are sensitive. Something in them will begin to panic. The closer they come to your house, the more restless they'll feel. That's the spiritual wall that has just been raised around your doorstep. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Their phone was used to take photos of your space. Those photos still exist in the deleted folder, time-stamped and waiting to be exposed. You won't have to search for them. Someone else will find them and confront them, not out of justice, but jealousy. You'll hear your name in a conversation you weren't supposed to be a part of. It'll be spoken with hesitation. Someone will stutter while explaining something to you, and that's when your spiritual senses must be sharp. This plan didn't begin this week. It began the moment you started shining. The moment you began walking in peace, someone's envy turned into obsession. They smiled in your presence but growled in your absence. You once gave her a gift, something she accepted with tears. She still has it, but it's not displayed. It's hidden, because every time she looks at it, she's reminded that you're the light and she's been sitting in shadows. Type Amen to get blessing 222. One of them recently posted something cryptic online. You might have seen it. A caption that made you feel strange. That wasn't meant for the world. It was directed toward you. Archangel Michael says your spiritual mirror is no longer foggy. You can see things clearly now. That dream you had about the stranger standing in your hallway, it wasn't a stranger. It was someone you once hugged. They've driven past your house recently. Maybe even paused. Your lights were on. They wanted to make sure. They even took note of the package left outside, testing how long it would stay untouched. Their plan was to use your trust against you, to pretend like nothing happened after it was done, to be the first one to check on you in the aftermath. But now, they are caught before they even arrive. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There's a voice you'll hear in your dream tonight. It'll call you by name and whisper a single word. That word will be important. Write it down the moment you wake up, even if it makes no sense. It will soon. You've been feeling forgetful, haven't you? That's spiritual interference. They've tried to cloud your focus so you wouldn't notice the inconsistencies. But now, your mental clarity is returning at full strength. The presence near your back window yesterday wasn't just a passing bird. Something was moving. Something with intention. Your spirit felt it, but your mind dismissed it. Don't dismiss it anymore. The protection over your home now includes a shift in energy. Those who approach with harmful intent will feel heat, dizziness, or a strange headache near your gate. It has already begun. Type Amen to get blessing 444. There's a camera nearby. One they don't know about. It will capture something that will change everything. Even if you don't own it, someone nearby does. and they'll see what happens. You're not reading this by accident. The time you opened this, the exact moment, it was calculated from heaven. You were meant to be warned before the final piece fell into place. They've rehearsed what they'll say if caught. They'll pretend it was a misunderstanding, maybe even joke about it. But don't laugh. Don't engage. Just protect and prepare. A third party, someone quiet but observant, has noticed a shift. They won't say it directly, but watch their behavior. They'll suddenly treat you differently. That's because they've seen something behind your back. Type Amen to get blessing 555. There's a family member who may unknowingly be connected. Not by involvement, but by association. That person was mentioned in passing. Their name was used to estimate your schedule, your movement, and your possible absence. The person whose name will be revealed to you will suddenly become clumsy. They'll drop things, forget appointments, or stumble on their words. Their energy will be exposed before their actions. Watch out for an apology that doesn't make sense. They'll say sorry for something you didn't even notice. That's their guilt trying to confess without admitting. The police are not involved yet, but a file is being formed in the spiritual realm. Heaven keeps records. And your name has been cleared while theirs is being engraved with every step they take toward your harm. Type Amen to get blessing 666. There's a key you once trusted. Someone with a copy, either during a repair, a move, or a moment of convenience. That key has been duplicated, or at the very least, remembered. Their goal is entry without force. They want the illusion of being invisible. But Archangel Michael has stepped in now. Even if they use a copied key, the lock will resist. The door will jam. Their fingers will shake, and what they expected to be a smooth invasion will become a scene of confusion. You'll hear of a delay, a sudden illness, a vehicle problem, or a distraction. It's a divine setup. You were meant to be present at that very moment. Not out of coincidence, but by heavenly interference. They planned on avoiding cameras, but forgot about mirrors. One reflection will catch them. Whether it's a rear view, a hallway, or even the window they plan to crawl through, something will expose their face. Type Amen to get blessing 777. This person has changed their tone with you recently. Where there was warmth, now there is silence. Where there was support, now there is distance. It's because guilt is loud even when mouths are shut. Your pet knows. The dog that growled, the cat that hissed, those weren't random reactions. Animals sense spiritual imbalance. They've been trying to warn you in the only way they know how. Expect strange interference with your electronics. A text that sends twice. A call that doesn't ring. A voicemail that cuts off. It's not malfunction. It's spiritual disruption caused by their closeness to your orbit. You've had a near miss recently. A close call, maybe something broke, almost fell, or you stumbled. That wasn't just clumsiness. It was a symbolic interception. A divine way of slowing you down before walking into danger. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You'll receive a strange compliment soon. Someone will say, "You're always safe," or, "I don't know how you stay protected." That's not admiration, it's projection. They're watching you be protected from what they've planned. There will be a final conversation before their plan dissolves. Either they'll back out entirely, or they'll go silent forever. Either way, You'll feel the tension drop from your atmosphere, like an invisible storm finally passing. You'll be tempted to doubt this message. That's normal. But even your doubt won't cancel the protection that's been assigned to you. Faith is being activated on your behalf even as your mind tries to reason through the events. She, the woman involved, will slip. A conversation overheard, a look exchanged, or an unexpected mention of your belongings. It'll come out by mistake, but it won't be a mistake for you. It will be confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 999. A younger person is indirectly involved. They may not understand the full plan, but they've been used to gather information. Maybe they asked innocent questions about your routines or noticed details they weren't supposed to. They will speak soon. In their innocence, they will say something like, "I heard," or, "They said you wouldn't be home." That's your key. That's your evidence. You've been waking up at odd hours. 2:14 a.m. 3:33 a.m. That's not insomnia. That's spiritual watch time. Your guardians have been nudging you to awaken during the planning phase. One of your past prayers is cashing in now. Something you cried about long ago has now matured into protection. The door of danger was opened against you, but the key of prayer locked it before they arrived. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The person planning this was once broken. Life didn't deal them the same peace you have. But instead of seeking healing, they chose bitterness. And now that bitterness has turned into boldness. They don't want your house just because it's beautiful. They want your peace, your stillness, your stability. They want the atmosphere you've cultivated. But that cannot be stolen. It is protected. An item in your home is acting up, either electronics, a light bulb, or a frame. That's not technical error. It's energetic clash. The spiritual and physical world are colliding as your protectors make their presence known. You'll suddenly remember a moment from last month. A small incident that made you uncomfortable. That was the start. That's when the plan began forming. Revisit that memory, and you'll see what you missed. Type Amen to get blessing 222. The list of names is short. 2 involved, 1 observing, 1 unaware. The observer is the most dangerous, quiet, calculating, and emotionless. But even they have started to fear what's happening. Your strength is being multiplied. As you read this, you are not alone. Millions of unseen forces surround your spirit, forming a barrier of light. Not even the boldest shadow dares to enter now. There's a smell that returns occasionally, maybe cinnamon, smoke, or perfume. That's not random. That's a spiritual scent tied to the one planning harm. The moment you smell it again, remember this message. You'll be led to clean a certain part of your house soon, maybe a drawer, closet, or attic. You'll find something you forgot, something you didn't know was missing. That's your sign the cleansing has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The plan was to rob you without consequence. In and out. No witnesses. But now, everything has changed. The timeline has cracked. The confidence has faded. They will try to act normal, to keep texting, to check in. But their eyes will look heavy. Their aura will feel tense. Their mask is slipping, and you're finally seeing their true shape. Do not confront them directly. Your silence is more powerful than your speech. Let the divine forces do the talking. You're being protected in ways even you cannot fully see. Someone will call you chosen soon, possibly in a joke. Don't laugh. That's divine language trying to seep through ordinary mouths. It's your identity being spoken aloud at last. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The knife they sharpened in the dark is now dull. The route they mapped is now confusing. The energy they relied on is now empty. Their allies are backing away. The spiritual storm they sent has returned to sender. They feel restless, sleepless, and burdened. That's not guilt, it's consequence. It's the boomerang of intention. There's a message you were meant to receive days ago but missed. It'll come again, stronger this time. And when it does, you'll know exactly what to do with it. A new item is arriving in your home soon. It will carry peace, but it will also shift the energy. Place it near a window or a threshold. It will seal what's left open. Type Amen to get blessing 555 soon. The person involved will disappear from your life. Quietly. No explanation. That's divine erasure. What was once allowed has now been revoked. A neighbor or nearby person will confirm something indirectly. Listen carefully. Their words won't be straightforward, but your soul will interpret it instantly. The next rain that falls near your area will not just be weather. It will be cleansing. Let it fall. Let it wash away every hidden danger that tried to cross your path. From this day forward, your home will carry a glow. Strangers will compliment its peace. Visitors will feel unusually sleepy or calm. That's divine insulation taking effect. Type Amen to get blessing 666, and when you finally hear the name, because yes, you will not be shocked. You'll feel a quiet knowing. A voice inside will whisper, "It all along." That is the confirmation that your spirit was never blind, it was preparing. You've been surrounded by angels even when you felt alone. Their wings formed a shield even when you didn't ask. You are not the victim. You are the vessel. This attack was allowed not to hurt you, but to reveal who never deserved to be near your table. The enemy's plan was silenced before it ever touched your door. And now, you walk in the fullness of safety, protected by a force that cannot be robbed or broken. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Your name is being rewritten in a new book, a book of breakthrough, not betrayal. A record of miracles, not manipulation. This chapter may have started in shadows, but it ends in light. From today, every plan formed against you will fail before it begins. Every tongue that rises will trip over its lies. Every eye that spies will lose its sight. You are not cursed. You are crowned. And those who thought they could steal from a chosen one now stand in awe of what they cannot touch. The name of the person will be revealed when your heart is fully guarded, not to punish, but to release, so you can walk away with peace, while they remain trapped in the consequence of their own doing. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You are safe. You are sealed. You are surrounded by favor. This message found you in time, and you opened it before it was too late. Tonight, sleep in peace, not fear. Let your body rest while your spirit rejoices. A divine reversal has taken place. And the person who planned to rob your home? They will now have to face the one thing they never prepared for, divine justice. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The moment you thought it was over, another layer was revealed. The danger hasn't disappeared, it's just changed its face. And this new face knows you even better than the last. There is someone else now, a connection you overlooked. They were always quiet, always agreeable, but they were listening the entire time. They never asked direct questions, but they gathered every piece of information from conversations they weren't part of. This individual is the missing link, the final person who tied it all together. And now, their name is vibrating in the spiritual realm, begging for exposure. Their energy grew darker in recent weeks. They borrowed something from you, but they didn't return it. That borrowed item has become their connection point, a cursed link into your life. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You may have had a strange stomach feeling recently, like butterflies, but heavier. That wasn't nerves. That was your body warning you of the silent agreement made behind closed doors. This third person doesn't want money. They want destruction. They crave chaos. What they want is to watch your world fall apart from a distance. They once saw your happiness and it broke something inside them. Instead of celebrating you, they cursed you under their breath. That curse didn't land, because protection intercepted it, but now their obsession is stronger. They are not just planning to rob your house. They want to rob your name, your image, your peace, your place in the hearts of others. And their plan is more psychological than physical. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. They've begun spreading rumors, carefully planted lies, whispers that question your integrity. And soon, you'll hear your own name spoken in rooms you've never entered. You'll wonder how certain people are suddenly distant, distracted, or cold. That's because the seed was planted, and it's beginning to grow. But divine justice has already begun watering a different plant, one that exposes, not hides. Archangel Michael says, your life is about to flip upside down, not from loss, but from sudden revelation. What you thought you knew was only half the truth. A photo exists. A screenshot. A recording. Something that was never meant to be seen will fall into your hands. And when it does, you will tremble, not from fear, but from validation. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. They tried to discredit your voice, to tamper with your character. But your spirit refused to stay silent. Even in your silence, you've been defended in high places. Someone powerful is stepping in. A higher force, not just spiritual, but in this physical world too. A person of authority who has noticed the inconsistencies. And they are watching the snake's movement. You'll feel a spiritual wind in your home. A sudden gust, a light object falling, a curtain shifting when there's no fan. That's not the wind, it's a holy presence removing what no longer belongs. Soon, someone will confess. Not because they want to, but because they have no choice. Their dreams have turned into nightmares. Their food has lost its taste. Their peace has been interrupted. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. Someone has broken down in tears, but not in front of you. They cried after realizing the spiritual wall they tried to climb shattered them instead. That person has now seen a vision, your face glowing in a light they cannot approach. She confessed to someone close, and that person is now wrestling between loyalty and guilt. The truth is spreading like wildfire in whispers, and each whisper is fueled by fear of spiritual backlash. You may hear a knock at the door that doesn't make sense. No visitor, no delivery, but a deep heaviness afterward. That's a spirit of exposure passing by, testing who still has secrets in their hands. One of them will pretend to dream about you and bring it up casually. But that's not a dream, it's their subconscious leaking what they can no longer hold back. Pay attention to what they say and what they try to laugh off. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. You are now being moved to a new level of awareness. What once looked like chaos is now a map. Every moment of tension was part of divine alignment. You'll feel dizzy around certain people now, not because of health, but because your spirit is rejecting their energy. These are the ones who touched your name with dirty hands behind your back. The person who started this thought they could handle the darkness, but it has begun to handle them instead. Their relationships are breaking. Their finances are shifting. Their mind is spinning. They underestimated the cost of targeting a chosen one. And now that cost is showing up in their sleep, their jobs, and their failed plans. They want to reverse it, but it's too late. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The object they used to try and spiritually bind your energy has cracked. Something broke. They dropped it accidentally, or it burned in their hands. They've been silent ever since. Your windows may feel like they re-vibrating more. The air feels thicker at certain times. That's not fear. It's divine presence pushing out old spirits who tried to linger too long. You are entering a season of revealed intentions. One by one, those who acted with secret malice will come forward, not with apologies, but with nervousness. They'll be unable to maintain eye contact. They will touch their necks, rub their hands, or laugh too quickly when near you. Their body will betray them. And that's when you'll know, this is one of the names heaven warned you about. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. There's a package coming soon. It may not seem like much, but inside will be something symbolic, an item that marks the start of your freedom from this warfare. After it arrives, you'll feel lighter. Music will sound sweeter. The sun will feel different. That's the moment you'll know. The chains placed around your home have finally snapped. One of them is trying to flee, not just emotionally, but physically. A sudden move, a job switch, or an abrupt disappearance. That's not a career shift, it's a spiritual escape from their own consequences. They think distance will erase the plan. But karma travels without a suitcase. What they did follows them everywhere, even if they pretend to forget. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Their hands shook while they typed your name. Their voice cracked when they asked about you. Their dreams have become your courtroom, and judgment is now in session. From this moment forward, their name will be removed from blessings that were never meant for them. And yours, your name, will be whispered in rooms of favor, protection, and open doors. You're not just being protected anymore. You're being elevated. What they tried to destroy will now be the very thing that announces your arrival. The photos they saved, the screenshots they took, the conversations they recorded, all of it is about to be exposed by someone they never suspected. Type Amen to get blessing 1818.